starting this one just like we did before, rewrite this as dy over dx. So dy over dx is equal to ln of x squared. I'm going to multiply through by the dx. And I'm going to be thinking about this. Hey, isn't this the same thing as saying that? And then I have ln of x squared dx. Okay, now we're ready to integrate. Oh boy. So this left-hand side here, do you see that it's parts? It is. So I'm going to let u equal the y, and the dv is e to the negative y. And so then du is dy, v is negative e to the negative y, right? So from here, I get uv, negative y, e to the negative y, minus the integral of v du, negative e to the negative y dy. Okay, I'm going to pause on that side. And then I'm going to come over here. What do we do with this? I think that this is parts type 2, where I let u equal the ln of x squared, and the dv is just dx. Oops, come back. So v is x, and then when I take the du, I get 2 ln of x to the 1 power times the derivative of ln of x, and then times dx. Okay, so this right-hand side turns into uv x ln of x squared minus the integral of v du. So I'll have 2 ln of x over x times an x dx. Okay, let's clean that up a bit. So I get x ln of x, and then the x's go away, so I get minus 2 integral of ln of x. Okay, so still got this over here on the right-hand side. Hey, I know I need to do parts again on this, don't I? So u equals ln of x, dv is dx, v is x, du is 1 over x. Okay, so this right-hand side, I'm going to carry this part along, minus 2 times, and I'm doing parts, so uv minus the integral of v du. Okay, so let's see what happens here. So I've got this negative y, e to the negative y, and these two negatives would make a positive, but then when I take the integral of e to the negative y, I get another negative. So e to the negative y equals, okay, so let's carry this along, x ln of x minus, and I don't need to distribute this through, so I'm just going to leave it out there, x ln of x. This turns into being the integral of 1, which is x plus a c. So just looking at this, you can tell you cannot solve for y, right? Because there's y in 2 different places. So you just leave this as the answer. It's given implicitly, which just means you can't solve just for the y equals. All right, so let's do this one, number 2 here. So again, you always start off with rewriting y prime as dy over dx, and then you want to separate the variables. Okay, so dy over dx, boy, it takes so long to erase, sorry about that. Okay, let's do it. Okay, so 1 over y squared dy over dx equals sine squared over a secant. Oh, that's ugly looking, isn't it? Okay, so again, we want to multiply by dx, get all the x's on the right-hand side, so that's not so hard to do, right? So I get 1 over y squared dy equals sine squared of x over secant of x dx. Okay, so let's think about this. So I want to be able to take the integral, right? So if I take the integral, this is the same thing as saying y to the negative 2. So I'll do that in the next step. Secant in the denominator, isn't that the same as saying cosine in the numerator? It is. Okay, so let's take the antiderivative of this side. So I'd get negative 1 over y. And then over here, oh, look at that. You see the good du. It's cosine of x dx. U is sine of x. Well, that's kind of nice. So it turns into just that. So then I get negative 1 over y equals u cubed over 3 plus a c. So then let me bring it up here. So then, again, I have to put the x's back in for the u, and I need to do the algebra to solve for the y. So let's do that. So negative 1 over y equals 1/3, and I'm putting the u equals the sine back in, so I get sine cubed of x plus c. Okay, so here's where we need to be careful. I want to solve for y. So I'm going to multiply. Let's start off by multiplying through by negative. Just get rid of that negative. So I get 1 over y equals negative 1/3 sine cubed of x. And I'm just going to say that negative c is c. It is. Doesn't matter. C is just kind of a black hole constant. I'm just going to leave it like that. Now I'm going to multiply, cross multiply, right? So this is over 1, and that's 1 over. So if I cross multiply, I would get y up here, right? And then I would get 1 over, scratch that out, 1 over this, sine cubed of x plus a c. So I cross multiplied between the two sides, right? So let me get rid of that. So I was hoping you can see that. So I multiplied by y, multiplied by y, right, on this side. My y went away. Multiplied by y, and then I divided by all of that. So all of that is in the denominator. So keep it down there, and that would be the answer.